Tonight involves a woman who is going to court to fight for parental rights to her unborn child. It sounds pretty simple, but it might not be, since the case involves a lesbian with no biological tie to the child. Anjanette Levy reports on what's at stake in a story you'll see only on Local 12.
The day we got married was the best day of my life.
Jodi Ellington thought that Sarah Reinzan was her soulmate.
I was so happy, just over the moon.
Earlier this year, Reinzan became pregnant through artificial insemination, performed at the Institute for Reproductive Health. An ultrasound shows images of the baby boy. Then Ellington says the marriage fell apart.
She texted me and told me that she wasn't in love with me anymore and she wasn't coming home.
Since then, Jodi Ellington says she's received little information about the unborn child, despite paying for part of the insemination process and providing Sarah Reinzan's medical insurance. Ellington says she's concerned because she doesn't have a biological link to the child, and she says Reinzan does not want her to be a part of the baby's life.
Here it's the threshold question, right? Does the same-sex couple who goes through this process have the same rights as a heterosexual couple, period?
Ellington's attorney, Josh Langdon, cites the U.S. Supreme Court case Obergefell v. Hodges in his motion, asking the court to grant parental rights to Ellington. That case started in Cincinnati and eventually legalized same-sex marriage, but Langdon says the law in Kentucky isn't completely clear on parental rights for same-sex couples, especially when the child hasn't been born.
And in this case, the baby could be born and live a year of its life or however long before its parent gets to bond with it because of the court process. And that's not in the child's best interest.
Jodi's daughter Julie was looking forward to becoming a big sister. They're hoping that will still happen.
My main concern, is to be a part of the baby's life.
I reached out to Sarah Reinzan to get her side of the story. Her attorney, Karen McCracken, said that she didn't wish to comment because she considers this a private matter. Josh Langdon says that McCracken has indicated to him that they plan to fight this in court to prevent Jodi Ellington from being granted any parental rights. Reporting live, Anjanette Levy, Local 12 News. Cammy, back to you.
All right, Anjanette, thank you. A Kenton County judge will hear Jodi Ellington's motion next month. Of course, we'll let you know what happens. And this story is the topic of our Local 12 instant poll. We're asking if same-sex couples should have the same parental rights as heterosexual couples. You can weigh in at local12.com/connect. We'll have results later in the broadcast.